Come with us to have a real hangi done in the ground in Perth, Western Australia. Done the traditional old school way, not using kegs. First step was for my dad, Kudo Steve, the welder, to make the baskets, and they were 1.7 meters wide each squared, which was quite big because everyone else said they'd never seen hangi baskets that big. Shot Kudo. However, we did have a small army to feed and would rather more food than less. Next, we prepped the meat, which was the chicken in like a brine with salt and water. The lamb and the pork were both marinated in the same thing, which was generous amounts of salt, pepper, dried herbs, garlic, and orange. And that sat overnight. And then in the morning, early about 5-6 a.m, Joel, Seth, and Kudo woke up to start lighting the rocks. It took me a little while to find these rocks. They're from Super Soils in Secret Harbour. They are volcanic basalt rocks from Bunbury originally, but they are perfect for your hangi in Perth, Western Australia because they hold the heat. Oh, and they also don't explode, being the volcanic rocks. But some use railway tracks, but apparently the rocks hold heat better than the railway tracks too, which is good to know. And we used a mix of jarrah and pine to heat the rocks. Anyway, while he was heating the rocks, I was just laying all the meat and the stuffing, cabbage, potatoes, sweet potato, pumpkin and stuffing. 6 hours later, the boys started pulling up the hangi, and I feel sorry for my hubby who goes along with my crazy ideas, but I wanted our boys to actually experience a hangi because they haven't really done one in the ground properly like this, especially from the very start to the finish. Being born in Australia, I don't think any of our kids really get to experience the culture aspects like they do back home, where everyone chips in at the marae or just gives a helping hand, sits around the fire and catches up instead of just being on screens all day. I think we've sort of lost that essence of community or village life, manakitanga, which is really sad to see because it's just fading away, and once it's gone, it's gone. However, the food did turn out really well. It cooked perfectly, the meat, and all the vegetables were cooked nicely. I want to give a special shout out to my auntie Trine who made the fried bread because she makes the bomb fried bread. And she literally whipped up the stuffing too, which is probably my favourite out of all hangi. But it was for over 100 people, so she did it so quickly. Her and Dee, can't thank you guys enough. Coming to help early and just stressing for me, thank you guys. It really does help having aunties who lend a hand so selflessly. None of this would be happening without the aunties and uncles who all pitched in. And one more quick shout out, if you're looking for amazing steam pudding, hit up Rose Roberts on Facebook. She makes them sometimes for fundraising, but honestly, it was so good. Our cool band duo, Leighton and Remy, were on for a few hours during the night, giving back a chill vibe. Here's my mum, Nan Lovey. She loved it. She would have had more kani dance if she could, but I'll know next time to cut the music a bit earlier and put on something more upbeat. Meanwhile, the teens don't have a problem making their own little party inside. Maybe some of us adults should take some notes from the TikTok dancers because this is how we rolled out. Copying one person to line dancing, the Macarena and Cha-Cha slide. But hey, who really cares? At least we're having fun. The photo booth was taken over by the kids. Here's my son Killen thinking he is the man. Look at him. So cute. But no, what I do love about having all these parties is that we get to learn. We get to learn what works and what doesn't work. And really, the parties are only about catching up. They're not about the food, the sparklers, everything else. Bye!